Well, across the Atlantic, the finances aren't faring much better, but I should say. But President Obama has found someone to saddle with blame. He claims the Arab world uprisings are shaking Western economic foundations because of hiked oil prices. Let's see what current affairs editor Michael Jones makes of this from Culture magazine. Thanks for being with us. President Obama's been hailing the Arab uprisings as a victory of democracy, but now blames them for the current world economic troubles. Why the sudden change in rhetoric here?
The sudden change is because he needs to find a scapegoat for the bad economic situation in the United States. There is one, first of all, just to set the record straight, gasoline prices are lower now in the United States than they've been in years. So it doesn't seem that high oil prices are the issue here. The issue is unrepayable debt. The country simply cannot pay back this debt. It's the same issue throughout the entire world. The world is saddled with a debt that it can't pay back. And so the question is, what are we going to do about that? Who are we going to blame? And what measures are we going to take? The debt is largely the result of the wars in the Middle East. So in order to get to the heart of the matter, you would have to repudiate America's foreign policy since 9/11. And Obama apparently doesn't want to do that. He has signed on with the failed Bush policies, and so therefore he has to find a scapegoat. And so now he's blaming the Arab Spring.
Even if this is a blame game, as you say, the Arab Spring only started in January. The economic turmoil began years ago. How can people buy that this is the uprising's fault?
I don't think people will buy it. I think they will see through what he said as just an attempt to find a scapegoat and divert people's attention from the real problem, which is unrepayable debt. You can't pay off these debts. That's the problem. And so so the president is going to try and divert the country's attention to the usual scapegoat, which is now the Islamic world, which he conflates with terrorism and a threat to the United States.
And we've seen Congress in a stalemate which nearly bankrupted the U.S. Is this blame game a way to divert attention from political troubles at home?
The political troubles, each party, or let's say the Tea Party in particular, the Republican Party, is trying to extort advantages from the impasse, from the impending bankruptcy. And so it's a little sideshow which has failed. I think that the majority of the American people now dislike intensely the Republicans and the Tea Party for trying to exploit the situation. But it's not going to solve, it can't solve the problem. The problem is unsolvable. It's unrepayable debt. It's usury. Capitalism is state-sponsored usury, and invariably the usury burden, the compound interest burden, gets out of control and destroys the economy. That has happened over and over again. It's happening right now.
Now we're seeing the age of austerity, if I may, hit Europe, take over Europe, really. Is this the road the U.S. is having to head down as well?
Whenever capitalism overburdens the economy with unrepayable debt, the first thing they try to do is loot labor. They try and lower wages, and this invariably only speeds up the intensity of the death spiral. What Obama needs to do is to put money in the real economy and not this quantitative easing, which just goes into the banks and allows them to place more bets and impoverish the people and prop up the bad debts that are already there. He needs to break free of the bankers and get money into the real economy to prevent this death spiral from intensifying.
All right. Editor Michael Jones from Culture magazine. Thank you very much.